Hey guys! Today we are concluding my 2023 makeup collection declutter with really just a big miscellaneous category. These are just my miscellaneous eye products. I'm not going to be doing my lip collection in this series because I just did a big lip declutter where I tried on all of my lipsticks a couple months ago. So I can link that below if you're interested to see a lip declutter, but this is all of my just miscellaneous eye products. I've got eyeshadow sticks, eyeliners, liquid shadows, and I just wanted to wrap things up with this final category. So let's start with eyeshadow sticks. All right, so here are all my eyeshadow sticks. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch all of these so that I can compare the shades. I think I probably have a few duplicate shades between all of these, so let's just go through now. All right, so there we have all the swatches. This top one here is one of my favorites. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in Magnetic Pull. Beautiful satin taupe shade, definitely keeping that. I'm actually gonna keep all three of these taupes because I just love taupe. The second one here is the Hard Candy Eye Def eyeshadow stick in the shade Pony. And this one's kind of interesting. It's like a taupe, but it has almost a purple shift to it that I just think is kind of fun. So that one I'm going to keep as well. And then I love this matte taupe here. This is another Hard Candy eyeshadow stick, and that one's in the shade Stoned. Such a beautiful like, gray taupe. Okay, these two here I feel like are a little too similar to keep both. I have Cold Brew from Hard Candy. That's this next one here. And then the one after that is the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in Copper Chic. Obviously those aren't the same exact color, but I don't feel like I need to keep both of those. Of the two, my favorite is definitely the e.l.f. Shadow Stick in Copper Chic. I just love that shade so much. It's like the perfect medium brown. Great one and done shade. And the Cold Brew shade is kind of a similar copper brown, but I do prefer something with just a little bit less of a reddish copper look to it. So this one I think I can do without. I think that's probably my least used out of all these Hard Candy shadow sticks that I have. So that one I will pass on. Then these two here I also feel like are way too similar to be keeping both. I have the Hard Candy shadow stick in Pink Ink, and then the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in Rose Gold. This e.l.f. one was actually decluttered to me by my aunt, and then this one from Hard Candy is actually pretty new. So I think I prefer to keep the one that I know is older because that way I can go ahead and use it. There's actually not a ton left in there. Like that's maybe something I could use up. I mean, I say that now. I say that about a lot of things though. But the Hard Candy one is still pretty new, so that has a lot of life left in it for someone else to enjoy. So we'll pass that on. Then we have another Hard Candy one. This is the shade Bubbly, which is just a light kind of pearly champagne color. Pretty shade, but I don't really feel like I need this kind of color in an eyeshadow stick. This is just the kind of shade I would pop in the inner corner, and I have used it for that a handful of times. I feel like I could just as easily use my face highlight or a similar shade that I have in one of my palettes, and I would get a very similar look. So I don't really feel like I need to keep a shadow stick just for that color. So that one I'll go ahead and pass on as well. And if you're wondering about the difference between the e.l.f. and the Hard Candy formulas, I actually find the formulas very similar. They're both really nice and long wearing. I don't have to wear an eyeshadow primer underneath. They do like lock into place. They stay in place really well. So I actually find the formulas really similar, kind of interchangeable, honestly. So really happy to just be keeping the shades that I like the best from those two lines. And then this next one is the Urban Decay eyeshadow stick in Fishbowl. I've been wearing this a ton recently. I love this kind of shade in the spring and summer. I think it's so fun either in the inner corner or to do like a kind of graphic liner type of thing with. So I don't love this formula like all over my eyelid. I don't really like the way it looks. It looks kind of dry, but I mostly just use it for detail work. I don't really use it all over the lid anyway, so it works fine for what I need it for. And then this last one here is the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I just find it useful to have a matte white shade like this to use as an eyeshadow base. It's great underneath pastels or just to make any shade pop. So I'm keeping 7, decluttering 3, so I decluttered about 30%. Pretty good. That's usually what I aim for. All right, so then here in this container I have some potted singles as well as some liquid shadows. So I just want to see what we've got here. All right, so let's start with this. This is like a cream shadow from Kaja. It's their Moon Crystal in the shade Magic. And I'm ashamed to say I received this in PR back in December and I have not used it at all. I've swatched it and that's it. So I think if it's been this long and I haven't used it, I'm just I'm probably just not going to use this. So it looks like a pretty color. I mean, I will go ahead and swatch it. It's one of those like purple to green duochrome shades. Pretty shade. But I mean, I feel like I have duochromes in palettes that are pretty similar to this, like in some of my Ace Beauté palettes, maybe my Nomad Royal Europe palette. I don't know. I feel like if I'm not using this, I should just go ahead and pass it on while it's still unused, because clearly I'm not going to be using it. My Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Rose Gold, I am going to keep. I did purchase this. Well, I purchased it with a gift card, but I still consider that a purchase that I made, and so I do want to use it. It was expensive. I don't think it's really anything to write home about, but I'm gonna keep it and use it up. Definitely keeping my Flower Chrome Crush Pressed Pigment in Quartz. This is such a beautiful topper shade. Love it so much. You can see I've already made a pretty good dent in there. And then I'm also definitely keeping this other potted single from Danessa Myricks. This is their Infinite Chrome Flakes in Strobe Light. Really fun, multi-chrome, super sparkly, gives like such a nice textured, flaky shimmer look. Love it. Let's see. This looks like a pretty similar shade to the Danessa Myricks. This is a liquid shadow from Black Moon in the shade Luna. These liquid shadows are kind of on their last leg. Like I revived them just recently. There's definitely still some color payoff to that, but this is actually, now looking at it, it's actually very similar to the Danessa Myricks shadow. Let me go ahead and swatch this one. They both have that kind of like purple and pink and blue iridescent sheen to them. Definitely not exactly the same, but I definitely like the Danessa Myricks one a little bit better, so I think I'm going to keep that one. I will pass on this Black Moon liquid shadow. I'm seeing two more similar shades here. We have the Hard Candy Eye Def Metallic Shadow. The shade name is not on here, but it's this turquoise color. And then the Black Moon liquid shadow in Zenith. Let me swatch both of these. Yeah, this one's also, gosh, it's so dried out. And I even revived this one not too long ago, but the Hard Candy one definitely is giving me more color payoff, so I'm gonna keep the Hard Candy one and get rid of the Black Moon. This one I talked about in a somewhat recent video. This is the J-Cat Rockin' the Night Sparkling Powder in the shade Chameleon Effect. So I hate the packaging of this, but I love the shadow itself. It's so gorgeous. But you can see it just has this opening at the top, and that's how you just dump it out, which is kind of goofy, but okay, I feel like this swatch is not doing it justice, but if you layer this over a glitter primer, it is such a beautiful duochrome shadow, really pretty one and done shadow, so this one I am going to keep. I think I am going to keep all the rest of these Hard Candy liquid shadows. I already decided to keep the blue one, but I also have this purple one, this silver one, and this pink one. I like this formula. I don't think it's the best liquid shadow formula, like it's a little too wet, but at the same time, I kind of like that because I think it probably means that these won't dry out as quickly as other liquid shadows, and I also think the packaging is super cute. So I'm going to keep all of those, and then I think I'm going to keep both of these as well. This is the last of those Black Moon shadows. This one is actually still pretty juicy. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one up just because there's not much left anyway, but it's a really reflective, like shifty topper. I think it's really pretty, so that I'll keep. Hopefully I'll just use that up this year. And then this one is a Rose Gold one from LA Girl. This is their Dream Glitter in Rose Gold. Definitely a different type of Rose Gold than the Black Moon one. And that was the shade, oh, and I forgot to say, but the shade of that Black Moon liquid shadow is Moonrise. Yeah, the LA Girl one is a little bit more of like a traditional rose gold look. This is a really underrated formula. I really like this one. That one I will keep. So here are the results from those liquid and cream shadows. I'm decluttering 3 and keeping 10. Next category is liners. I have 15 of these, and let's see what we got. So let's start with my black eyeliners first. Got 4. One of them is a liquid. This is like a felt tip from Essence, the 24 Ever ink liner. The Milk Infinity Longwear eyeliner in black, which I actually have not used yet. This I just received in PR. Then I have the Rimmel Scandaleyes waterproof gel pencil in black, and the CoverGirl Exhibitionist 24-hour kohl eyeliner in black. So I really don't wear black eyeliner often enough to need 4 of these. Honestly, I really did want to try this Milk one, but I feel like I would rather just go ahead and put this into my giveaway pile instead, because I don't need to be greedy, you know? Like I've got enough black eyeliner as it is. I really like the CoverGirl one. I really like the Rimmel one, so I don't really feel like I need to, I'm not on the hunt for like a new favorite black pencil liner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass that on while it's brand new. I will go ahead and keep the CoverGirl and the Rimmel pencils just because I've used both. Might as well keep them. The CoverGirl one, I mean, there's a lot left, but I have used a good bit of that up already. This Essence, has this dried out yet? No. I really don't like this liner, but at the same time, it's the only black felt tip liquid liner I have, so I've just been using it. Really what I don't like about it is just, I don't like the shape of the tip. I find it hard to work with. But I feel like the longer I have it, the more I get the hang of it and the easier it gets to apply. So I think I'll just keep this one until it dries out. So I'll keep, yeah, I guess I'll keep those three. At least I decluttered one. That's pretty good. Okay, I have these 4 NYX Epic Wear liner sticks, and I love this formula. This is one of my favorite drugstore pencil liner formulas. I am definitely keeping these 3, the Rose Gold, Periwinkle Pop, and Chill Blue. I wear all of those pretty frequently, but I think I'm actually going to pass on the shade Orange Zest. I used to be really into orange eye looks, orange eyeshadow, liner, etc., but lately I just haven't really been feeling orange, and if I wanted to wear an orange eyeliner, I have plenty of orange eyeshadows that I can wear as eyeliner, so I just don't think this one makes sense to keep. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that on. Really, in general, like colorful liners, I don't really know if I want to buy that many new ones, unless it's a color I know I'm gonna wear all the time as a liner. But for the most part, I mean, I can just, any eyeshadow can be turned into an eyeliner. Just use an eyeliner brush, maybe spray a little setting spray on to wet it, and then you've got yourself an eyeliner right there. So I don't really want to keep collecting like specific shades of eyeliner because I wear specific shades like this so infrequently. So that one I'm going to pass on. This one I used recently and it worked, but see, this is getting super dry. There's a bunch of like dried up product on the wand. I wiped it off. It's still, as you can see, it still works well, so I think I'm going to keep this and keep using it until it dries up, because I mean, I don't want to, I can't really pass on a liquid liner like this to someone else. It would be unsanitary. Whereas with pencils, at least, like with that NYX pencil, I can at least sharpen it down to basically fresh eyeliner, because I will have removed, you know, the surface that has touched my skin. So pencil liners like this, I feel like, you know, are decently sanitary to declutter to people, but liquid liners I can't really do that with, so I'm just gonna keep using this until it dries out. Alright, the rest of these I think I will keep. I do have a brown liquid liner. It's the Annabelle Eye Ink in brown and the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus pencil in brown. I like having both a liquid and a pencil brown liner. I would say brown is probably my most worn liner color, so those I will keep. I also have 2 more of those CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus liners in Gray Khaki and Midnight Blue. I really enjoy these liners. I like that the point is so fine. These are both nice, like kind of neutral colors to have, so we'll keep those. Then I'm also going to keep my 2 Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils in Roxy and Overdrive. You know what, I was going to keep Roxy from Urban Decay, but just going back to what I was saying about colorful pencil liners, I don't wear this color as a liner very often, and if I ever do want to, I've got eyeshadows that are this color. So I think that one, I actually think I won't miss this one. I really don't wear it often, but I do want to keep Overdrive. I love this shade. Just such a beautiful color. I wear this a lot, especially around the holidays, but I was also wearing it a lot like earlier this spring too. So that one I'm keeping for sure. So for liners, I decluttered 3 and I kept 12. So I got rid of about 1/5 of my eyeliner collection. Not too bad. So then I've got a bunch of just miscellaneous lash and brow products, as well as some eyeshadow primers. Probably not going to get rid of a ton from here. These mascaras, this is the one I have open right now, the Tarte Maneater. This will be done probably within the next month, so I'm going to keep using that. And these 2 are unopened still, so I'll keep them to use in the future. I have the Ciate Triple Shot XXL mascara and the Milk Makeup Kush mascara, which I've surprisingly never tried. So looking forward to trying those when I'm done with the Tarte one. My one lash glue, Duo Lash Glue, I'll keep that. For eyeshadow primers, still working on using up this CoverGirl Lid Lockup one. I cannot believe this is still not done. I took the stopper out literally 6 months ago, and I'm gonna keep using it until it's done. It's a really good eyeshadow primer, and you get a lot of bang for your buck too. Then I've also bought this Rare Beauty one in preparation for that one running out, and I still haven't really gotten to use it, so I'm looking forward to using that when the other one is finally done. Then of course I have my NYX glitter primer, which is more of like a tacky primer. I do love that one, keeping. Then there's this one which I haven't gotten around to using either. This is the Sigma eyeshadow base primer in the shade Ignite. I haven't used this or even swatched it at all, so for me it takes so long to go through eyeshadow primers that by the time I use up both of these, this one will probably be expired. So that one I will declutter. Alright, then for brow products, my NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Gel is almost done, so I'm just going to finish that up. The same with the Lift and Snatch brow pen. I think this is probably going to be done within the next couple months, so I'm going to keep it and finish it. I'm currently trying to pan my ABH Dip Brow Pomade. I will continue working on that. And then I also have these two Kokie brow pencils in the shades Auburn and Blonde. And I don't normally use eyebrow pencils, but I got these in PR, and I figured it would be nice to have these because I've recently been experimenting with red hair. I've been coloring my hair with like color depositing hair masks, and my brows didn't really match my hair. So there's Auburn, there's Blonde. Blonde is closer to my natural hair color, a little bit warmer. And then Auburn, you can see, is pretty warm for me. But when my hair is super red, it's nice to have these to adjust my brow color to match my hair a little bit better. Yeah, this is a nice brow pencil formula if you like brow pencils. I also like the square packaging because it doesn't roll around, unlike everything else I own. NYX, the Milk Makeup Kush Clear Brow Gel. This I will use once I'm done with the NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Gel. I did use it once the other day. I wasn't all that impressed. It didn't really seem to have great hold, but I'm gonna keep playing with that. Now, this is the e.l.f. Shape and Stay Brow Wax. I used to use this all the time, but lately I just haven't really been into this type of product. I don't feel like it has, I prefer something with even more hold than this. I used to not really care that much about hold in my brows, and this would give a little bit of hold. But now that I've tried like the NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Gel, I kind of have higher expectations when it comes to hold with brow products. So, and I just don't really have a use for this in my brow routine anymore. So I think I can easily let go of this. It's kind of just been taking up space. I keep it in my everyday makeup drawer with all my other like everyday brow products, and I don't like that it's in there taking up space and I'm not using it. So that I'll go ahead and pass on. All right, and then the last category I wanted to go through is false lashes. I don't wear false lashes often, but every now and then I like to experiment and try out a fun style. So I have the ones that BK Beauty did in collaboration with Risa Does Makeup. I have already worn the Martini lashes, and I really like them because they're half lashes, and I do think half lashes are my preferred type of false lash. I just find them so much easier to manage. So those I'm going to keep and definitely continue using. These other three, we have Stiletto, Day Club, and Vegas. Honestly, I think these Vegas lashes are just a little bit too big and fluffy for me. I just don't think this is a style I'm gonna wear. So these are, actually all three of these I haven't even used, so that I can go ahead and pass on unused. So I have Day Club and Stiletto, and then I have a few from Ardell here. These I cut in half. They used to be full lashes. They're the Eco 454 lashes from Ardell. And then this is another pair of the Eco lashes in the 451 style. I do like these because they're really nice and natural looking, just very wispy, really pretty. And these aren't from the Ardell Eco line, it's just regular Ardell. I don't know the name of these, but it's the 174 style. And I do like this as well. That one's nice and natural looking too. Let's see, I think I'm just going to pick one of these to keep, and then I'll pass on the other. These Day Club lashes from BK Beauty actually just look like a bigger version of these Ardell 174s. I think I'm going to be a lot more likely to use these Ardell ones over the BK Beauty, so I'll pass that one on. And then I think I will keep the Stiletto one, just because I think it'll be nice to have a more dramatic option. And I think I will go ahead and keep all three of these Ardell ones, just because they are more natural looking styles. So yeah, I think I will just keep these 5 and declutter these 2. So I got rid of 2 out of 7, which is pretty good. All right, so just to recap, here's everything from those miscellaneous eye categories that I ended up decluttering, and really glad to be able to pass these off to new homes, except for like these 2. I think these are probably just too old. I feel like that was a pretty good declutter, and that concludes my 2023 collection declutter series. It feels really good to just get some spring cleaning done and clear out anything that's not getting use from me. So thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I hope you had fun. If you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. I'll link my previous declutters in this series below if you want to watch more declutters after this, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you again very soon in my next video. Bye.